is Angel, and today we are going to be reviewing some perfumes from a small business that I've been wanting to support for a while now. I say it's a small business, but with the amount of popularity that they've been gaining across social media the past few years, it may not stay that way for long. And that small business is called femmenina. Because these perfumes are safe for your hair, naturally they are alcohol-free, but they are also paraben-free, phthalate-free, cruelty-free, and vegan. It is also a female-owned business. The founder is this very talented young lady named Maria. Not only does she design these gorgeous perfumes, but she also makes these body oils that correspond with these. They will have the same scent so that you can layer both of them. Lately, they've also been branching out into body care in addition to the perfumes and the body oils so that you can really layer all of your favorites. And on top of that, she is also a fashion designer who creates the most beautiful pieces that are sure to flatter anyone. To top it off, a percentage of their earnings is donated to cat and dog rescues. So not only are you buying these beautiful things from this small business, but you're also supporting them and you are supporting animal rescues. Now they currently have this deal where if you order 4 perfumes, they will include an extra mystery 5th one free of charge. And they have so many options for the perfumes. There is truly something for everyone there. It was so difficult to narrow it down to 4. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, first of all, everything was packaged with so much care to make sure that these would get here safely. They are glass bottles, so I was very surprised when they came here and not one of them was damaged whatsoever. And one of the first things that I saw when you open your package is this adorable little pink and brown thank you note. So I'm going to go ahead and read it for you right here. It says, "Thank you so much for your support. We're truly grateful and it means the world to us. Each product is made with so much love and care. If you loved your purchase, leaving a review would mean the world to us. It helps us grow and continue creating for you." And I am going to leave a 5-star review on every single one that I got as soon as I post this video. Not only is it a thank you note, but it also has some tips here for the perfume and the oil. So it says, "For a lasting scent, spritz our body mist on your hair and clothes." And for body oil, it says, "Apply body oil to clean skin, preferably after showering." And at the very bottom here, it says, "Remember to give your mist a little shake before using. Some fragrance separation is normal depending on the scent, but it doesn't affect the quality at all. If you have any questions or concerns, we're always here to help. Feel free to reach out through our TikTok shop chat or email us at femmeninashop@gmail.com. So it's just a really sweet little card, and it's so adorable that I'm going to keep it. Actually, I want to preface that this isn't my first impression of this brand. Back in February of this year, my lovely boyfriend got me one of their perfumes for Valentine's Day, and that was the you can tell how much I like this brand. It's almost gone by now, but this was the strawberry milkshake perfume, and it is very well loved. Clearly. So before it runs out, I figured that I should review this one too, just in case any of you were interested in buying it and maybe wanted a second opinion. Now this perfume has notes of strawberry, marshmallow, whipped cream, vanilla ice cream, and powder. At the time, I was really looking for a fragrance that combined vanilla and strawberry and everything sweet, and almost everyone that I found was just slightly off until I found this one. What I like the most about it is that it's sweet and girly without being juvenile. I would say that teenagers and young adults could wear this and enjoy that beautiful scent of strawberry ice cream and marshmallow without it being too sweet or overwhelming. Now, I actually went ahead and swatched every perfume that I'm going to be reviewing today last night to truly kind of test the longevity of each of them. I can vouch that this one for sure lasts forever, but I also think that it would work to provide a good insight into the base notes and maybe some of the middle notes as well. At this point, it's been about 20 hours since I first sprayed them last night, so I'm excited to see how strong they still are. Now for strawberry milkshake, let me see. I put little doodles on all of them to differentiate them. Let's see. This is still there. It dries down to a very subtle powdery note. Think like a powdery marshmallow. That's kind of what, in my opinion, it leaves after the strawberry and the vanilla ice cream is gone. There's a teeny hint of vanilla in there, but this is definitely dried down a bit. When trying to think of a fragrance that's similar to this, Not very many come to mind really, because despite all of the strawberry, vanilla fragrances that I've tried, um, I think maybe the only one that kind of reminds me of this is Yum Bougie Marshmallow by 𝑘_s. Now I don't own that perfume. I've only ever swatched it in person, but that's the closest one that I can think of at the moment. If you happen to have both of these, let me know. Moving on to the 4 that I ordered this time, I of course had to get cinnamon rolls. I saw a lot of people reviewing this one, and it sounded so delicious. The profile is actually quite simple. It only has 3 notes that were listed, and that is vanilla frosting, cinnamon rolls, and cinnamon. I have been looking for something like this for a while too. It was kind of difficult to find anything like this though, because I was looking for a very creamy, warm, cinnamon sugar kind of scent. Now this opens with a very strong, spicy cinnamon note, but after that top note dissipates, it smells exactly like waking up to fresh cinnamon rolls in the oven. It is so good. I don't know exactly what it is because it is just listed as cinnamon rolls, but you really get that hit of like the dough and the sugar and all of that delicious warm gooiness. And then it dries down to the vanilla frosting. As for the longevity, you still get that warm vanilla. I think I left them out just a little bit too long because this is the second one that's very faint, but it's like a warm vanilla sugar that it finishes with. I really like it. For this one, I don't really have another fragrance in mind that I can compare it to. I am a gourmand girly, but I'm not very fond of spicy gourmands. However, if that is your thing, then you would absolutely love this for sure. A lot of the spicy notes just tend to be a little bit too much for me, but I do really love this one despite that. Should I be rating these? I think I will. For cinnamon rolls, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 for me personally, because I'm just not really a fan of things that are that spicy, but it is in the top note, so it does dissipate very quickly. Everything else is perfect about it, and regardless, it's going to be a staple for sure. Actually, for the strawberry milkshake fragrance, I might have to give it a 9 out of 10 as well, just because sometimes, I'm not sure what it is, but over the course of using it for so long, I've noticed that sometimes there is a strong note, especially when you first spray it, of that pink powder, and it kind of just comes on a bit too strong, but it does dissipate very quickly. It's just the top notes with these two that get me, because they're just, in one way or another, pretty strong, but both of them dissipate very quick, and the fragrance under that is to die for. But yeah, those are both going to be a 9 out of 10. Moving right along, we have Elegant Girl, and this one is definitely a dupe for Burberry Her. I don't have it with me at the moment, but I used to use it daily a few years ago. Since then, I've switched to the Burberry Her Elixir, which is a bit more gourmand. It has more of a vanilla note that I like. But as soon as I swatched this, I immediately recognized it. Now this one has notes of dark red berries, jasmine, vanilla, and strawberries, in that order. That top note of dark red berries is beautiful, and then the heart of jasmine and vanilla is a gorgeous combination. Let's see. Yeah, it isn't too strong, unlike the others that I've reviewed so far. It's gorgeous. It's in the name, you know? And interestingly, I've typically seen strawberry as a top note, but in this case it really dries down to that, so that even after hours of wear, you still get that juicy, fruity gourmand. I would say that this would be a good perfume for things like dates and special occasions. Of course, if you want to wear it every day, you could definitely pull that off as well, like I did. But yeah, if you like the Burberry Her perfumes, you would definitely love this. So let's go ahead and test out the dry down. This, surprisingly, is still going strong. You really get that big juicy strawberry at the end. This is actually one of the strongest ones so far. The other two have dried down to a pretty subtle either powder or vanilla or something that blends in quite easily, I would say, for lack of a better word. This you can still smell for sure. This fragrance is actually a lot more of a fruity floral, which is kind of different from which I typically go for, but I have to give this one a 10 out of 10 for sure. This next fragrance is going to be one of those that you either love or you don't. It's also something more different, I would say, than what I usually go for, in the sense that it's not very gourmand, but I do really love it. This is baby powder, and this is one of the most simple fragrances I have seen, and I don't mean that in a bad way. The profile only consists of 2 notes, and that is baby powder and vanilla. I mean, really, what can you say about it? It's baby powder. It's a beautiful, clean, comforting scent. It's recognizable, it's nostalgic. This smells like being wrapped up in the softest blankets you have ever felt. Like I said, since it is only 2 notes, there isn't really much to say about it, especially since it's such a recognizable note as well. I will say that you don't really get that much vanilla. Maybe you get it in the dry down. Let's see. This one is very much still there. The vanilla comes out a little bit more here. It's like a warm, clean vanilla. And this one I think is a bit more recognizable than the Elegant Girl dry down. The last 2 are definitely still going strong even after this long. It's crazy. But yeah, if you've been looking for a baby powder fragrance, this is the one for you. It's simple, it's clean, it's comforting, and that's really all there is to it. I would also give this one a 10 out of 10. It's exactly what you would expect. Now moving on to the 4th and final fragrance that I ordered. This is Vanilla Bean Noel. Because of the name, I assume that this is supposed to be very similar to Vanilla Bean Noel by Bath & Body Works. However, as much as I've wanted to, I've never tried that fragrance before. So if you have, let me know in the comments below how similar these are. Now, I may not be able to speak on whether or not Vanilla Bean Noel is a dupe for this, but I can say that this smells exactly like Vanilla Cashmere by EOS. So if you like that kind of fragrance, you may as well go ahead and get this because it's the same thing and you will love it. That being said, this is a gourmand girl's dream. It has notes of vanilla bean, sugar cookie, caramel, chocolate, whipped cream, and marshmallow. A delicious, warm, sugary wintertime fragrance. This is being in the kitchen, baking cookies on Christmas Eve. It smells like everything sweet. It's beautiful. It really truly does remind me of how the kitchen smells when I make Christmas cookies for everyone. I will have so many different kinds, and somehow, despite all of the different notes that are swirling through the air, it all just smells good. And again, despite all of the notes in here, it's still not offensively sweet. It's a delicious, warm, comforting kind of sweet. It's not going to be disagreeable with anyone in the room. And that's something that I really appreciate about this brand, because they make all of these delicious gourmand fragrances that actually smell like the dessert. They don't smell overly sugary, they don't smell overly syrupy or overly artificial, which is a big issue that I have with these kinds of fragrances. While they all last pretty long, I would say that this is the one that disappears first out of all of the ones that I've tried so far. There's really, well, there's a very, very subtle hint of warm vanilla left after, but you really need to be like smelling it to, you know, get any of that. However, that really doesn't even knock any points off of this for me because it's just that good. And like I said, it does last a very long time. It just unfortunately happens to be the first to go out of all of these. And like I said, it has been 20 hours since they were swatched. But yeah, I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10. It's already become a staple. I'm wearing it right now. Beautiful, wouldn't change a thing. With all of that being said, I still haven't tried the mystery perfume. Even when I swatched it, I sprayed it in a way that I would not be able to tell what exactly it was, because I wanted to save at least something for this video to be a first impression. And the mystery perfume that I got is, I believe, one of the newer ones. It's called Peaches and Brown Sugar. Now, I am going to be going in completely blind to this. I have not looked at any reviews of it. I have not even looked up the notes of it. Yeah, so peaches and brown sugar, that to me sounds like maybe a peach cobbler, something like that. So let's see, something warm and delicious, I think. Let me see. Oh wow. Okay, hold on. Let me spray this here. Okay. So not a peach cobbler, but it is very, this is like a peach candy, like a peach gummy at first. Let me go ahead and see what the notes are really quick. Okay, so this fragrance has notes of vanilla, grapefruit, brown sugar, peach, of course, nectarine, honey, vanilla cream, and musk. So not what I was expecting at first. This is a very juicy, sugary kind of fragrance. This is like having a picnic in the middle of a citrus grove with flowers surrounding you, drinking peach-flavored sweet tea on a warm summer day. That's very specific, but it's kind of the image that I get from it. Yeah, it's very juicy, it's very sweet. Actually, it does smell like peach-flavored sweet tea. Maybe even, there is a lot of sugar, so maybe even peach rings, that peach gummy candy, that's the top note, but it does seem to have already settled, so yeah. And after it dries down, you really get that musk note, the vanilla a little bit, and also maybe a little floral note. We have had perfumes here that have lasted longer and perfumes that have not lasted as long as this one, so it's somewhere in the middle. This is actually the first peach perfume that I have ever smelled. Typically it's not something that I go for. It is good, it's just not really my thing. You may have noticed in this video that I tend to keep my perfumes pretty similar to each other. They'll always at least have some kind of vanilla note in there. I do like to layer them and keep something kind of familiar. I do really like the perfumes that are purely gourmand without having a fruity note in there. I will like strawberry, cherry, raspberry, things like that sometimes, but I don't typically go for the more citrusy scents. I do like this one, but it's just not me, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And I know that there's someone that this will be much better suited for, so I'm going to go ahead and ask anyone I know if they would like this, and if not, then it'll be on my Depop in case any of you would like it. And if that's the case, you can find my Depop link down in the description below. Now let's take a final look at the longevity of all of these. Starting with the one that wears off the quickest, which all of these last 10 plus hours. Coming in 6th is Vanilla Bean Noel, unfortunately. You really just cannot smell anything on the swatch anymore. There's like a very, very, very hidden note of vanilla there, but if you're not looking for it, you're not going to find it. But it is still my favorite fragrance out of all of these. Next is Cinnamon Rolls. You can smell it a little bit on the swatch, but it's a very faint vanilla scent. It's more prominent than the first one, but it is still very faint. Then after that is Strawberry Milkshake. This one is more recognizable. It leaves a powdery, marshmallowy scent behind. It is very faint, but you can recognize it a bit more than the other two. Then it's Peaches and Brown Sugar, and like I just said, this one dries down to a floral vanilla musk. In second place, we have Elegant Girl. You can definitely smell that juicy strawberry that it leaves behind, and it is just beautiful. But a little bit stronger than that, surprisingly, is Baby Powder. This you can still smell after hours and hours of wear. This would definitely be a very good fragrance for layering others on top if you want to add a little bit of a vanilla powdery finish to it. It's definitely very versatile, I would say. But yeah, this comes in first. Now this is my final lineup for longevity, with the longest lasting fragrance on the right side. And this is my lineup for my overall rating of them, with Peaches and Brown Sugar being an 8 out of 10, Cinnamon Rolls and Strawberry Milkshake being 9 out of 10, and Baby Powder Elegant Girl and Vanilla Bean Noel being 10 out of 10. If you like this video, hit the like button down below to let me know, and there may just be another one of these videos in the future. I, for one, would love to do another video like this. There's so many other fragrances that I would love to try out. This was actually my first review video, so if this inspired you to go and check out some of these fragrances for yourself, I will leave the link down below in the description. I highly recommend becoming one of the thousands of people who have already supported this small business. No matter what you order from them, you're going to be getting something absolutely beautiful, and your support will be going to a good cause as well. I already know that I'm going to be supporting them again sometime in the future. But until then, I hope that this review was helpful to those of you who were interested in supporting this business. Hopefully it helped you reach some final decisions. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.